Cognitive dissonance, YouTube. Man, this one right here, this is a bad mama jamma. So what I want you to do is like, share, subscribe. Because I'm going to show you how toxic people, narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, or just people that went online and learned how to use evil traits because they got hurt and they decided to go the evil route, right? So cognitive dissonance, you know, cognitive is the good part, like the love bombing, the buying you the gifts, all of that, the sweet talking, and then the dissonance is the drama and when they showing you who they really are. So that's when you come up with the cognitive dissonance, and so it can show itself up in a lot of different ways. First off, the narcissist deals with this every day, cognitive dissonance, from the time that they were little or whenever they took on that alter ego and they took on the false self. They every day since then they've been dealing with cognitive dissonance, and then what they want to do is they want you to have to deal with it too. And what it says in the Bible is a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Let not that man ask for God and expect anything of the Lord. Don't quote me on that. I don't got my tablet with me, but it says something very close to that. And that's James 1 and 5, or James 1 and 5 is where they started talking about that. I got to look it up. I didn't have my tablet on me, but I know that's where I started reading at James 1 and 5. But I believe he was talking about the people who are blessed. They have faith and they believe, and what they want, what they believe, come true. And when it got to when you start reading to it, and he started talking about the double-minded man, and that's what this is, the cognitive dissonance. And if that's scary, it's like let that man not act, don't expect nothing from the Lord, anything from the Lord. Yeah, cognitive dissonance. And so what they do is a big part of narcissism is accomplished by cognitive dissonance. And the reason I say that is because you got to look at enlistment. Enlistment is a way to find out if a person is narcissistic or toxic, because during the enlistment process, a person has to show that they have a high level of being able to take abuse for the narcissist even to take them on as a target. Say, for instance, a narcissist was to meet 3 women, or a narcissistic female was to meet 3 guys. And she'd go up to the first guy and say, "Oh yeah, I like those shoes. But they don't really go with that outfit." And you're like, you don't know if they say thank you or not, but instead he just be like, "Whatever, get out of here. I don't care what you think." That's not somebody that she could target. She might go to the next guy and be like, "Oh yeah, I like that necklace, but it looks like it might be fake." And you're like, "Get out of here." Then she go to the next guy and she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I like that car, but I know some people that got the newer model." And the guy be like, "Yeah, I wanted to get the newer model too, but then enlistment. This is somebody that's not going to shut her down and see the tactic that's being ran. They probably used to, it could just be that simple. And you're like, my God, but yeah, it's that simple how they take you, and now they can keep on shooting you with those little jabs, which end up coming for the knockout blow. And so these are some of the things that's accomplished when the narcissist causes cognitive dissonance in you or me or a normal person. These are the things that they are accomplishing. First, they're getting you to buy into the illusion, because in order for you to get into a relationship with a narcissist, you have at some point in time bought into the illusion, and you were suffering from cognitive dissonance. And the reason why I say that is because your spirit was telling you hey, this is not a good situation. You should you should know. You were seeing the red flags, and you was bypassing the red flags, and you was going against your inner being, because that's where cognitive dissonance for you is being created at. It's between you and your inner being. Your inner being is telling you, hey, that something ain't right, the vibration not right, and you going against that. That's creating the cognitive dissonance in you. And that's what the narcissist wants to do. And so it's getting you to live out their emotions. So when they can get you to live out their emotions, they feel better. So when they see that cognitive dissonance working in you and that illusion working in you, then they know that their game is running. And so it's like you got to be careful. So it's like they're getting you to live out their emotions because you showing cognitive dissonance, and they've been dealing with that. They've been dealing with this cognitive dissonance every day of their life. And now you are showing signs of it, and they love it. And then, so they're getting you to react, and that's getting them supply, you know. And also, this is what's helping build the soul tie. Yeah, this is what's helping building the bond. What do they call it? The bond. Yeah, that trauma bond. That's what's helping building the trauma bond, the good and the bad, and the good and the bad. So the cognitive dissonance is building the trauma bond within you, building that soul tie. And the reason why I say soul tie is because your soul is trying to escape, or your soul to figure out that this is not what's up. This is not benefiting you in any kind of way. This is going to be destructive to your mission that God has put you here on. And so your soul is trying to escape, but your flesh, what do they say? The soul is willing, but the flesh is weak, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Your flesh is keeping you there, but your soul want to go, and that is building that soul tie because you going against your soul for this person. Your inner being, you going against your inner. So this is you and your inner being. Y'all supposed to be in alignment, like a chakra or whatever the case may be. Everything in life is in alignment. So you and your inner being is supposed to be like this. But instead, your inner being is he trying to get out of there. You know, he telling you to come with him, but then you listening to the narcissist. You see what I'm saying? Cognitive dissonance. You're going against yourself. And the Bible will say, how can a house against itself stand? And that's what this is. That's cognitive dissonance. And it also turns on your problem solver button. It pushes your problem solver button. If you anything like me and you want to get to the bottom of things like most normal people, and you want to figure out how to make things work, especially if you commit to a relationship, and hey, you there to try to commit. And so then that does that too, because it's like, should I be doing more? Should I be doing this? What's wrong with the person? It's like, instead of you just really, your inner being is saying, this person crazy, get out of there. But instead you sticking around trying to figure it out. And this also works with the hoover as well. Like, just imagine, the cognitive dissonance really works with the hoover. And with this, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my personal situation. I used to talk to the narcissist, but it was like, I knew that the narcissist wanted to kill me. I really felt that in my spirit, that the narcissist wanted to kill me. But when I talked to the narcissist, being stupid because I didn't have the right boundaries in place and stuff like that, the narcissist was talking so nice. Like, if I'd have listened to what she was saying, I would have probably be dead. But I was listening to my inner being, and my inner being was saying like, yo, you really need to watch out for this person. This person already shows you that they have no type of love for you whatsoever. I just seen a Bible verse pop up. I wish I would have checked it out. This person has no love for you whatsoever. And here you go, even got the audacity to talk to this person, let alone go back around them and let them hoover you back into a relationship. It's a lot of cognitive dissonance going on just for you to even text somebody who already showed you who they were. And so whether they discarded you or you discarded them, and now things didn't work out with the new supply, and now they're hitting you back up, whether it's 3 weeks or 3 months or 3 years later. And then you still wondering, can I fix this person? Can things work? Have they changed? Cognitive dissonance and emotional thinking, because the more you deal with this narcissist, the more your emotional thinking gonna start kicking in. And see, now you're not thinking logically, now you're thinking emotionally. And one of the best ways to handle that is to learn how to your breathing, to control your breathing after narcissistic abuse. You know, when you activate your logical thinking, you know, and it's kind of crazy, right? Because I'm starting to realize that the narcissist ain't the biggest, baddest thing out here. Like, we really should be able to handle the narcissist. And I mean, what I mean by that, even in loving them, because the Bible says we should love those who despitefully use us. Like, we got to be more less in our feelings. Now that we know what it is, the shock and awe really tore us out the frame. But now that the shock and awe is gone, and we understand that what it is that we're dealing with, they're a bunch of big kids, and it's almost like bungee jumping, right? You know what things could really go wrong, but you decide to go on out there anyway. And a lot of times, if you was gonna, and then you go out there and get hurt, you know. But if you did get hurt, 9 times out of 10, your inner being told you not to go that day. Your inner being was saying something ain't right, man. Just your girl probably told you stay home. You probably seen some stuff when you was on your way there. There was some signs. It's like you know, that's what they say. Pride comes before a fall. And I believe when I say pride, my pride is always. I usually talk about things on a spiritual level. So when I say pride, I'm not talking about somebody bragging, somebody doing this and that. When I say pride, I mean like you think your way better than God's. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say pride comes before a fall, because God was warning you and you ain't listening. That's what I mean. God was telling you, don't do it. Your inner being was telling you, no, don't go bungee jumping today. And that's what I compare dating a narcissist to bungee jumping. But you know what it is? On the days that it worked, it's thrilling, because you got to admit it was something that we have as empaths, that we have an addiction to these narcissists. We do, because we wouldn't even be on these channels if we didn't. It was something in us that drew us to them, just like it's something in the person that's bungee jumping that's drawing them to that. They want that thrill, you know, and that's where you have to check yourself at, because it's like, I really truly believe that a lot of times we wasn't even sent on to these people to be having sex and forever last long relationships with people. You know, I think like everybody ain't meant to marry and be together for 50 years. Like, I believe like it was good when it was good, and then when it was time to go, people didn't leave, and then they try to say it was a narcissist. And I'm not saying that in every sense it wasn't a narcissist, but I'm saying that it just maybe was not time to be together with that person no more. And God was trying to direct you into another direction, and he knew you wasn't going to do that if he didn't bring the heat with their toxicity. You know, but at the same time, you know, you could have raised your vibration up to a point where you really didn't have to even see what you saw. Like me, it's like a lot of times I didn't protect myself enough to have my vibration raised to the point where no matter what was going on around me, it didn't affect me. because I have had my vibration up to that point. Like if you, sometimes you see somebody be like, well, I was a narcissist for 20 years. You're like, how did they deal with that for 20 years? Okay, for one, remember they was asleep, right? So they didn't really get the full blunt of it till after it was over. They didn't feel the effects of it. And sometimes people were strong enough in God, in their word, in their life experiences, and that the narcissist really wasn't getting through their armor. The narcissist really wasn't affecting them. They didn't care that the narcissist was sad. They didn't know, and so it went on for so many. I know because I was with a narcissist, but it wasn't like I liked it, this narcissist, nothing like that. It's just I had kids bound, and it was like I wanted to be in the house with my kids, and so I just was like living my life, and I wasn't being affected by the narcissist for years and years. It wasn't like I was just somewhere being abused in a corner somewhere. No, this narcissist was doing all of that, but I wasn't paying attention to them. I was living my life doing what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? But we had kids together, we had a house together, but I wasn't just putting up with a whole bunch of crazy stuff. I think after we got married, that's when I started, trying to change things and trying to get the situation to be something that it wasn't. And I think that's where a lot of times we get messed up at. It be time to go and we just don't want to go. We just think, oh, I got to be with this person, and I got to, because you kind of loved them and you was with them and it was comfortable, and it probably be comfortable to go back to them. But that ain't what God got. God probably got something better for you, as far as especially if somebody treated you like that. God got something better for you, or maybe He just needs you to grow in some ways and need them to grow in some ways, and not to say to get back with them. Now, I ain't trying to create no cognitive dissonance, because you already know what this person did to you. What I'm saying is you got to just let go. You got to forgive this person and pray for them from a distance, and don't call them and don't let them create cognitive dissonance in you, because the more you get around them, the more you're going to be starting to create emotional thinking. I'm going to do a video on that. But for now, YouTube, I'm out of here. Like, share, subscribe. Stay away from the cognitive dissonance. You see how many different things it's got going in there. I want to mention one more thing. For you to even get into a relationship with a narcissist, the cognitive dissonance is already kicking in. So you need to watch out for that. You need to watch out for that. Enlistment. It has something to do with cognitive dissonance. You should feel that right away. When you meet somebody, your inner being is lighting up. Sometimes you have to close your eyes and just imagine trying to see this person's spirit. You could do it. You gotta imagine seeing their spirit. And sometimes I don't even want to believe it too. Like one time I met this narcissist, right? And how I could tell she was a narcissist was because of some stuff I read on, or some stuff I listened to from H.G. Tudor. Yeah, and she did exactly what he said. As soon as I met her, she was like, yeah, my baby daddy a narcissist who beat me up. And I'm like, she blew my mind back. And I'm like, how you know about narcissists? Like, I'm on a Facebook group about some narcissists. I was like, okay, yeah. But H.G. Tudor said it to the T. That's what they say. And she said exactly that. And it was like right when I met her, it was like she went over my boundaries and just told me that. But she was trying to enlist me. She was trying to get me to feel sorry for her, but I didn't. I was just like, I just didn't never even text back or nothing. I just got off of her. Like, but it's like enlistment. It's like, that's a big thing. But the thing that was funny about that, right, is that I'm able to see people's souls. And so, but sometimes I don't really meet people, a lot of people with this. I do. I've met a few women who have bright souls like mine, but it was just like in the past, and it wasn't like maybe they even recognized me, who I was. But most of the women who I have an opportunity to really talk to and deal with, they be having some crazy souls. But this woman, particularly, her soul was real small. She was like a spiritual baby. Yeah. Sometimes narcissists, they souls be babies. She probably been a narcissist. She was a baby. I don't know, but it was just almost laughed, but I didn't want to be laughing with God like that because I know me and God laugh about stuff. But this was something serious. He was trying to show me that this was a toxic person trying to invade my life. But I asked God to show me the spirit of this person, and I seen her spirit, and it was like because I see other people be like, some people have light spirits, some people have dark spirits. But most of the time, the people that I see, they have a dark spirit. You know what I'm saying? Like this was like a spiritual baby. But I wasn't tripping because I was like, well, maybe like she was like, God was working on her. And that's why it's like nowadays, I'm glad that I'm not even really like thinking about doing a lot of dating now, because maybe it was meant for me to minister to her, or to, and that's what I gotta start. That's what a lot of times these people that we be dealing with, these people that we should have been ministering to, not dating. But there we go. I'm never trying to blame the person that, the victim. But when you're an adult and nobody use physical force to get you to do anything, you have to somewhat take responsibility from your actions to be able to learn what's going on. So, what I say that to say, you was probably getting away from God too, as far as like, even when I was telling you that I was with my ex-wife, it was like things really wasn't so bad, and the reason why is because I was so deep into God that she had to follow suit, and she was into God, and everything was about God. I probably didn't even see it. I was so positive that I couldn't even see the negative, because you can raise your vibration so high that you don't even really see nothing negative. I've been there before too. Everything I saw in life was positive because my vibration was just so positive. Everything that came into my life was positive. But sometimes we get sloppy and lazy with controlling our vibration, and it start dipping because we creating our own reality. We are creating our own realities. You know what I'm saying? And we co-creating them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you created this relationship with this narcissist. And if you awaken now, that's why you did it. You created this relationship with this narcissist so that you could wake up because you knew that it was more to life. And you wanted more to life. And you know how they say people want stuff, but they don't want to go through it? You had to go through this. But you stronger than you know. Because you're going to go through this and you're going to conquer this. You're going to conquer this to the point where you could be so strong and powerful that you could be around a narcissist and they don't even bother you. You just keep ministering to them. They say, don't grow weary in doing good. Because it's good coming to those that do good. That ain't what the word say. The word say don't grow weary in doing good. But I'm going to say that it's good coming to those that do good, and it's good coming to those who help people that do good. Your blessing is coming from God, and it's going to be more powerful than what any man could give you. He's going to take that, and it's going to fold you. If you plant that into the right soil, watch God operate. Watch God operate in your life. So I say that to say that we have to empower ourselves, and we have to roll with God on this one, because you can get all the knowledge in the world about narcissists, but if you don't got God, you're just going to do narcissistic stuff. Because if you don't have no God to ground you, like if I didn't have God to ground me, I'll just be on a vengeance just to go back after these people that hurt me. But I got God, I got love, so I have to have alternate routes. Like I don't want to become a red pill. I'm already red pill. What am I talking about? I'm already red pill. You can't untake the red pill. I'm already red pill, but I don't choose to live my life hurting other people or trying to avoid me being hurt. Or I'm going to get you before you get me. I don't want to play that game. I might miss what God got for me playing that game. I'd rather just, if I'm play that game, I'm already 45. I've already been married twice. I already got 4 sons. I'd rather just not deal with nobody. And just go focus on God somewhere. Than to be running around here trying to juggle a whole bunch of women. To me, that just ain't what it is. To me, that's just like I can go out and just go sell a whole bunch of guns and drugs. But that might be impressive to somebody in high school. But that's not the goal. Like, your goal is just to have a whole bunch of girls. Come on, I mean, if that just happened, that'd be one thing. Like, just say that that's just the life you just tossed into. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I can understand. You grew up in a house full of pimps, and that's all you knew. That's all that you know. Do you know what I'm saying? But to think that that is impressive is not. Like, what's impressive to me is if you actually take care of your family and your house and what you got going on at home. You know, that's impressive to me as a man. You know what I'm saying? The other stuff, if that's you, do you. You know what I'm saying? But at least make sure home is straight. You know what I'm saying? That's gangster to me. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say that, but I'm gonna let you guys go. Y'all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe.